Everyone we see is a reflection of us. I want to bring something into the light that is a very touchy subject with a lot of people, and that is religion. Faith, your belief in an external God. You see, it doesn't matter whether you believe in Buddha or Jesus or Allah or any of the gods that you might believe in. It might be in the Indian culture with Krishnu and Krishna and all of the blue type beings. You see, religion has played an important role for creating war, for creating diversity and culture. But you see, the very fact that divides people in religion can also bring people together. For religion, as mentioned, is culture. It's history. The true account, not the ones where you go to church and you give them money and pray to a God that you can't see. No. Religion is the handing down of natural beliefs and ancestors and these types of stuff. This is true religion. The books and scriptures of today have been manipulated in such a way to keep you indoctrinated into believing in a God that has been created to keep you in sin. The gods we know of today, if you do your research, you will find that they did exist long time ago, but they are not who you think they are. But you see, I'm not here to change your faith. I'm not here to tell you one way or the other. For a belief in something is a belief in you. Religion, when you look at it, is what you believe. But no God should ever tell you that they are the only God in existence. We know this through a lot of scriptures. We know this through just watching television with all the Marvel comics. There are more than one superhero, there are more than one God. Or at least, there are more than one claiming to be God. Even in the movie 300, you hear him say that he is no God, for he bleeds. A statement alone is powerful. But again, I'm not here to judge your faith or your religion. I'm here to ask you to have an open mind to the possibility that there could be another way. That there is a potential that the books you have read and have been hammered down to you are not entirely accurate. The technology of the past all ties down into religions and false gods trying to make you believe that they are the real gods, whether they intended it or not, or the people just chose that. That doesn't matter. The true account is, what do you believe? I asked a question to, I think it was a Mormon crew. As a hypothetical, I said, what would you do if you found out that your God drank alcohol and smoked cigarettes? What would you do? The long story short, they couldn't fathom the idea, and they would shrug it off in existence, that it would never happen. It was impossibly plausible to them. It couldn't run through the brain, as if they had been indoctrinated into a society that won't allow for conversation on the matter. But I ask you not to question your faith or your reality, but have an open mind to the idea that what if the people in power don't want you to realize that you are God? Now, I'm not talking the full extensual God. I mean, we are all a part of God. You hear many teachings from many preachers claiming that we are all one consciousness. We are all God, and God experiencing the world and the reality through many different ways. And that's very interesting. You ask someone who believes in Jesus and ask them whether they can say that I am God. Do they feel uncomfortable? Then, if they can't say that, ask them to say, do they believe that they are a part of God? For that is just as powerful. We are all a part of God. But you see, a statement hit me a long time ago that is very profound. And that profound statement is that you are no closer to God if you are the Pope than if you are a beggar in the street. And what it means is that the Pope is not close to God, or the religious leaders and teachers are no closer to God than you are, in your home, in your garden, tending to the things that matter with love and care and cherishment. You see, God doesn't need you to praise Him, or entity, or her. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be one thing or another. You see, God is everyone. But don't get mistaken. People believe in Jesus. People believe in God. But they are different people. But I'm not here to preach about the people and who Yeshua and Jesus is. No. I'm here to ask you to think about you. Who are you when it comes to God? Do you believe that an outside being will come and save you? Do you believe that there is a higher power? Or do you believe in nothing at all? Either way, you are believing in something that is truly beneficial to the outcome of humanity. But no religion should ever enslave its people. No religion should claim ownership or branding rights over another. No one is more dominant than each other. We are culture. We are history. For you see, if a God says, I am the only God, then that God does not want you to know. And that sounds just like our government. I've always looked at religion as a hierarchy of control. A management, leadership sort of family tree, if you will. Where you have God, who is the top, at the very top, and that branches down into the subgroups with the sub-gods. We shall call them CEOs. And each one of those CEOs is there. Now something happened and then they all decided to create their own factions. And then under those CEOs we have religions, or the managers. And along the way the managers have become corrupt or greedy. And the information has not gone back up and trickled to the top to God. They have cut God off from the information. So some factions are good and honest and true, and others are corrupt. Everything makes sense if you look at it in the right direction. Or with the right information, or with the right open mind. I want to know why you believe in what you believe. I don't need to tell you that one is better than the other. I want to listen. Why do you believe in your religion? Do you believe in mine? Do you believe that a religion exists? Now, I believe in a spiritual realm of a true history with reports that we haven't learned yet. I think the exciting part about religion is that we haven't uncovered the true history, or at least in this lifetime we haven't. I think more and more is coming out with true accounts of what happened with Noah's flood and all of the actions that occurred. I think when we know and understand, we can piece together. But religion is not what you think it is. It is not your savior. It is not your God. So I want you to do one thing for me, and that's have an open mind. That when you pray to yourself. You pray to your heart, your family, your children, the animals, the food and the fruits and nature for providing you with the opportunity to be where you are. I want you to pray to the things that matter. I want you to pray to the people in your life that you can see and touch. For that holds so much more power than going to a church and giving sermons some money, praying to a God that we don't actually know anything about. When you think about it, all we know is from the books, and those books have come from where? And we've never questioned that. Your belief in your heart is fine. Follow it. Attend to it with love. But I bring this up with you today because I want people to be aware that not everything we know in this world is true. Not everything we know in this world will be the same when the true history comes out. But I don't want you to forget who you are or who you believe in. For there are some gods who do the right thing, and there are some that may not. But ask yourself a question. If it turns out that a God that you follow is not a righteous one, or has been manipulated to be seen as the light and all good things, but really isn't, would you continue to follow? Or would it reassess your mind and your whole existence of being? Well, this is why I don't want you to go too far without knowing some information. I think most people will be able to follow regardless whether they are bad because they can't let it go. They're afraid to change, or that's their whole existence, so they might as well just follow it because that's their life. It's borderline Stockholm syndrome where they've kept you captive and you've fallen in love with them. In fact, it's exactly like Stockholm syndrome. Except the people you've fallen in love with are the lies and the leaders and the managers. So ask yourself, what would you do as a hypothetical? Would you be willing and open to search new possibilities and new doors? Are you religiously culturalized to religion where there's nothing you can do? Would you change? Would you adapt? Would you have a new approach to life? It doesn't matter what religion you follow. They are all one and the same. But you see, you don't have to adopt a new religion to make it better. You can follow the same religion providing you have the correct teachings. And if those teachings are incorrect or bad or have been manipulated to support the greed of the wealthy, then we shall return them to the righteousness and the rightfulness that is the true religions, one of peace and love and unity across all, and just knowledge and understanding. But if you don't have an open mind, how can you be aware or love thy neighbor? How can you understand when things change? It's a marvelous thing to think about. Are you ready to see a new change? Are you ready to hear about the new religions? Can you see the way the world is taking the people into a digital technology? They are removing faith and religion altogether to believe in a digital world. I think the TV series American Gods had a good explanation of that. These are the new gods, and they are portraying themselves as a digital technocrat in a suit who does not care for you. Religion is a business. It is not a faith, at least in current times. It all comes down to controlling the masses, and when you hit people where it hurts with their faith and belief, you can control them to do anything. Which is why I ask you, when you pray to you. Because you are God, and we all are God, whether you're a piece of it or the whole God. It does not matter how you look at it. You are more important to pray or set up a temple in your own home than you are to go out and pray in theirs. Obi, do positive things for positive people and help those who need it. Those are the good, virtuous values. But I ask you to sit down and contemplate the real reason why you go to church, or why do you go to Mass, or a congregation? Why can that not be held in nature or the park or somewhere beautiful where you can connect with the ground? Where has that gone? That loving connection to all. But no, you sit inside a concrete tower with spires pointing towards the ceiling, with catacombs and crypts that's all a little bit old-fashioned. Secrets and lies. So I ask you this, to have an open mind, to have an understanding that it doesn't matter what your belief is, no one is ever going to try to take you away from that, or change what you believe. What I will try and do is prepare you so that you are not shocked. For when the true accounts of religion and history come out, that you are prepared to accept that they have told you wrong. And that you can see it for what it truly is. But you always keep holding on to yourself and never let yourself go. For you see, if you walk this earth with an open mind And when you pray to you and your nearest and dearest, and to all the things that matter to you. And whoever your faith or your God is, love will always come back to you. But you are God. We are all God. And we are all walking this earth together. And we have work to do. Peace and love always.